Uh, this is a examination for head, skin, eyes, and ears, and it is a so of course first is that we need to get the medical records of the patient if available, and then of course we have to provide privacy and lock all doors and close all windows. And of course, we have to do hand hygiene and washing of hands or hand washing. And I already washed my hands a while ago. And then of course, we already prepared our equipment, which is our tuning fork, our pen light, our Snellen chart, and I think that would be all. And then, so we will proceed. So, uh, of course, you have to introduce ourselves. Good morning, baby Tanya. So I am your nurse for today, Brandon Siniti Gonzales. So of course, she is with her mom. So good morning, mom. And what is baby? Can you tell me your full name?
Tanya.
Okay, Tanya Tan. So baby, we will examine your head, yung ulo, your ears, your skin, and your head. So, and of course your eyes. So then, we will proceed towards the first step is that we will inspect the patient's skin. So, are you okay nga akong i-touch yung imong skin? Kailang? Sige. So of course, we will inspect for any signs of lesions or any signs of edema. And then of course, I also need to inspect the color, the uniformity. And then we have to check for skin turgor. And as you can see, the skin bounces back. So, which means that the patient's skin is normal. So, and then uh, we'll proceed towards palpating the patient's skin for moisture. And of course, we have to inspect the patient's skin on the palms. Kira ka? So then, we will proceed towards the head. So, of course, we need to inspect the head for... Okay lang akong i-touch yung head ka. So, of course, in this procedure, we will need to... So, are you okay nga akong i-touch yung head and yung face? Okay. So, we will inspect the patient's hair for volume, for hair distribution, if it's thick or if it's thin. And of course, we have to palpate the skull, the scalp, and then we will inspect the patient's. Can you face me, God? Face there, God. Face. We'll inspect the patient's skull, its shape, and then, of course, we'll inspect the patient's face. So then, kani ka kaning i-touch na kay mo diri ha dahil you will say close na to dahil. Open, close. Open, close. Thank you. So then, we will proceed to so I will need you to yan ikaw. Ngisi dayon. Smile. Okay, thank you. So, kanda yun, inanin, imuhang ipakuan yung David bro. Okay. So, thank you, ga. So, next is that, we will, next is that, atong ikuan imuhang papagaha kaning, you will close your mouth, close your mouth. Then, ako ang i-open na, ano lang, ano? Ako i-open. Ay, dili, close lang, yeah, close lang, close lang. Ayaw nga, ano, lapog na lang. Akong ginakuan. Okay, very good. So the next is that we will assess for visual acuity. So then, assess for visual acuity. So then, guys, I will need you to read the chart. So you will have to read the chart by up to the last part, to the number 10. So, sige, proceed, sige, babe. Covering, of course you have to cover your eyes, sige.
E, F, E, T, O, Z, L, E, D, D, E, C, F, E, D,
No, the video video sa Bigfoot.
F, E, L, O, Z, D, E,
Bigfoot
F,
Movements of this creature look very natural.
Doesn't look like a man in a suit. The height looks right, the weight looks right. I feel like this would be difficult for a man to host all on his own and the word not get out.
Yeah. Another eye, baby. Cover your other eye. Ayun, read na po dayon, baby.
E, F, E, T, O, Z, L, E, D,
And
E,
your reaction
C, F, E,
of seeing the way that he acts with knowing that
C,
something that actually
P,
frightened my dad when I saw his being super basically, you know, growing up, big guy, tough guy, brave guy, someone who wasn't afraid of anything or peace. You know, on this earth.
Oh, very good. So, both eyes, baby. Say both eyes. Ano? Sige. Sige.
E, F, P, T, O,
For
Z,
somebody to
L,
devote their whole
E,
life
D,
to a field like
E, C,
Bigfoot
F,
searching
G,
and
E,
squatching,
D,
to
F,
finally get something on
C,
camera
Ito,
is a
mapod
huge
siya.
deal.
F, E, L, O, T, D,
This video was taken in the
F,
beginning of the
O,
home video camera.
Very good. So, I reckon your score got half for both eyes.
Sasquatch and ghostly activity. No matter
And then, of course, if the patient doesn't actually read or have scored 20 over 200, so of course we need to use light perception, and then hand waving, and then counting of fingers. So of course, so it goes like this. So I will need you to kaning face me ba? Face me. Ayun. I will flash the light, and then you will tell me if you see the light, ha. Ika nga, if you see the light, did you see the light? Ano ka, yes. Anak, kung makita niyo mo, ha? Sige. Anak, tanong sa ko. Sige. Did you see the light?
Yes.
Okay. So then, hand waving. Makita niyo mo?
during the day,
Okay.
offices all
1,
over
2.
the world are buzzing with activity
1,
and
2.
movement. While at
Ah,
night,
very good.
once
So the next, we will test the visual field of the patient. So
that term
in this procedure, I will wiggle my fingers, and then I will make like a bowl. Then you will tell me if aha siya gikan, ha. Aha siya nung una ni adto, then kadua na po, ha. Sige. So first is there's a pikas.
what the building was used for before it was an office. Sometimes they were slaughterhouses or funeral
Ah, mato ganina.
or sometimes they were
Ah, very good.
relocated
Now next.
cemeteries or
Face ako, baby. Face.
so a lot of times that kind of energy lingers.
Good
And
luck.
something
Ah, very good. So next is that we will
True
test.
to.
Ha?
Kumasa to.
Why?
Wala ko nakuha.
Ah, sige. Again, baby, ha? Sige. I will.
some surprising activity.
Okay, so very good. So next is that we will test for the visual inspection of the eyes and test for oculomotor nerve. So, baby, I will touch your eyes, baby, ha? Dili mo sa imong face. Kaya para itong makuha imuhang eyes. Of course, itong i-touch.
I love this one because of the
Itong i-check
suspense.
we'll check for symmetry.
Something's going on here. We don't
And then
know
if
where
there are any signs of infection or anything. And then, of course, we'll inspect for the pupil and the iris. And then, of course, we will need to, I will look up, look up. Anak.
The woman removed her
Anak.
headphones just in time to notice the next disturbance.
So that we can see or we can test the sclera and the bulbar conjunctiva. And then another is that we will
Escalates
invert the eyelid.
That was something small
so that we can assess the palpebral conjunctiva and oculomotor nerve.
And what it did move on to was impossible to go unnoticed.
Okay, very good. So the next is that we will test for the opacity of the clarity of the patient's cornea and texture, of course. So then I will need you to watch my nose. Watch my nose lang. Dayon. Ana lang biha ay kabadard sa light. Ako lang i-flash ha.
Maybe that lady just happened to be in the middle of a storm of energy. But if it was intelligent, this could be something saying, hey,
Okay, very good. Thank you, Jack. So the next is that we'll assess the pupillary reaction to light of the patient. So you have to darken the room, and then of course, but it's impossible to darken the room. So we will do this as it is, and then I will same as ganina kung yan ang light. So ato yung reaction sa light sige. Tanaw sa kong forehead. Na.
Her chair proved to be too much for this woman.
if I was this woman in this office, I would have put my 2 weeks
Okay.
notice immediately.
So the next, we will assess the accommodation of the patient towards objects. So of course, kaniga akong nakoy aning tanaw dito sa kaning door ga. Tanaw sa door. Dayon tanaw din sa tip ani tumoy niya. Sige. First is that, tanaw ka sa tip, tanaw na po ka dito. Tanaw ka sa tip, tanaw po ka dito. Sige. Tanaw sa tip. Dito na pala. Very good. So the next way, tanaw ang tip. Dayon. Sunda ang tip, bibihan.
Ito sa sinasa. Kasi ilalong ko.
Very good. Thank you, baby. So the next, we will assess the patient's ocular movements and testing the oculomotor and cochlear and abduction nerves. So it goes like this, kaning you will follow my hand kaning pen the light. Face ako, face. Anak. Sige na yan. Tanawan niya siya ha? Sige. 1, 2, 3, go. Ay, tanaw. Ano lang? Ayaw pag-move sa mong head ya. Sige. Kita ni ma? Sunda. Sunda.
Paano ito? Paano
Very good. So the next way, ito yung test mo for convergence, baby ha, kaya ito i-test kung mukhang kaning bitaw kaning mga sa iyong mata. Mga balibat. Okay na. So, focus lang yung panali, baby. Focus. Dayon, tanawan mo siyang ay ha. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Very good. So then, we will test na po na tanawan po na mga bigyan na po i-touch yung ears ga. So then, we will touch the ears to inspect for any kind of deformities or any kind of infections of the skin. And we have to make sure na the ears are actually not tender. And once we hold it like that, it will come back. Okay, very good. Thank you, baby. So the next is that we will palpate the mastoid process of the patient so that we will be able to know the nodules if it's swelling. So I think paano na po tayo ha? Okay, so the next, we will test of course for whisper test. So whisper test, baby, maghunghong ko ka violet. Violet, kung saan giingon, mo po yung mag-ingon ha. Sige, anak. Violet. Okay. So then, ayan na.
There are some hotspots in Texas known for, paranormal activity, especially with orbs and strange lights.
So then, another whisper test is that high intensity. So if the patient can be able to detect high intensity of music, sige ka, ana lang.
But if Texas's long history with UFOs is any indication, he should keep his eyes on the skies.
Can you hear the music? Okay, very good. And then next, we will now proceed to Weber's test. So of course, we need our tuning fork, and then we need to actually have our tuning fork, and then tap the tuning fork on the palm of our hand. And once we tap, so this is just assuming a tuning fork, but this is actually just a fork. So, and then once we have done that, we'll then put it on the forehead of our patient. And then, in actuality, we will then ask the patient if the vibration was still felt, and then we will measure that. So assuming that the patient felt the vibration for about 10 seconds, so, and then we will record that. And then, of course, we also need to do the Ryan's test, and then we will still tap the fork, but only that it is on a different location. So then we will put it like that, the master process, and ask the patient about if he still hears, if she still hears the vibration and the sound of the tuning fork, and then that's done. And then we will done the Romberg's test. So, princess, this is the procedure, princess. So I will need you to stand up. Stand up. Okay, stand up. Sige, dayon. Nagbi. Close feet, put your feet together. Dayon. Close eyes. Dayon. Open, close yung mga eyes dito. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Very good. So, according to my findings, ma'am, your daughter have passed all the assessments. On the skin, there are no lesions observed, and then on the head and face, the size of the head and everything, the face are actually functioning, and then the uniformity of the skin is perfect. And then when I assess her eyes, she actually got a very high score, and I think her vision is really good. And then on the test for the ears, there's still no problem because she was able to pass all the tests, and her hearing is perfect. And then there are no concerns towards her, the functioning of her ears, of her eyes, and then her head is symmetrical, and there's no I did not find any abnormal findings when it comes to that. And of course, her skin is fair and uniform, so there's no problem to that. And are there actually any concerns that you would like to raise, ma'am?
Wala na.
Okay. So, thank you for participating in the interview, or for participating in the assessment. Thank you, ha, for your cooperation, and thank you as well, ma'am, for you attending to your daughter. And then that would be all. So, okay na ka, ga? There are no kuan? Wala kay nabati nga lain? Okay, thank you, ga. Sige. So, thank you, and I will see you on my next visit, ga. So, then, after that, we have to fix the equipment, and then we have to perform hand washing. And then after that, we will document the findings in the client's record, and we are done.